We'll begin this morning through creating vibration, sound, to inhabit this space in our body. I'll chant a short mantra and then I'll invite you to join me for 1 Om and 3 Shantis. We begin with Om, the first and the last sound of the universe. Allow it to come from deep inside. Exhale fully. Inhale completely. Sahana Vavatu Sahana Hunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Vadhitu Mastu Mavid Vishavai. Join me, 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti translates from Sanskrit as peace, but this isn't just peace in the way in English where it means an idea. Sanskrit is a vibratory language, which means it changes the field of vibration around us, thereby not only to speak of an idea, but rather to create that in space. Notice if in one form or another, something has settled into peace. I invite you to maintain your eyes closed as you gently remove your props from under your seat and lay down on your mat, feet extended out in front of you. And as you lay down on your mat, perhaps this is the first time you've laid down since you woke up this morning. Feel all of the fluids in your body flow to the back side and pool in the back of your head and your calves. Maintain awareness of a relaxed jaw and the weight of all of your bones coming down toward the earth. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth and say, ah. 2 more times. Gently inhale, sweep the arms up over the top of the head, point through the toes and stretch long into the body. Really long, create more space between the hips and the ribs. Inhale, and then exhale and hug both knees into the chest. I invite you to keep your eyes closed as much as you can throughout this practice. With knees hugged into the chest, fingers interlace on the top of the lower legs, and we begin to rock gently side to side. Easy, gentle, no expectations, awareness of sensation. With the jaw relaxed, you can keep your gaze between the eyebrows. Eyelids close, eyeballs roll inward and upward to the third eye. You'll begin to feel this massage at the back of the pelvic structure. We're literally building bone density with this weight-bearing exercise. The back of the ilium. the hip bone. As you're ready, bring the top of your hands or the palm of your hands to the kneecaps, fingers point down to the toes, and begin to make circles, knees towards sky, circles on the sky. Go in one direction and then gently and slowly change directions. And feel this massage at the base of the spine upon the sacrum. Surrounding the sacrum is a plexus, a junction of nerves. Through this exercise, we're literally calming down that nervous system center, tapping directly in to our neurophysiology, pressing reset. Gently hug both knees into the chest, this time interlacing the fingers more down toward the lower legs and ankles. Using the strength of the bicep muscles at the upper arms, relaxing the shoulders, pressing the knees in toward the body. Apanasana, wind releasing pose. Notice if there's any movement in the digestive tract. Perhaps breathe up, belly expands on the inner thighs. As you're ready, gently, slowly interlace your fingers only around right leg now. Left leg extends down toward the earth and relaxes. Right knee hugged into the chest. Begin to, with force from the upper arms, pull right knee, pin it toward right shoulder. Relax the shoulders. Strength of upper arms only. Bring the breath back into the belly. As you inhale, the diaphragm contracts, presses down on the abdominal organs, and they press out. The belly expands. Feel that expansion of abdominal organs into the inner right thigh as you relax the jaw. And then gently and slowly ease up on the pinning in of right leg. Reach left hand around to the outside of right knee and cross the knee across the body into a twist. Right foot steps down to the earth on the out left side of the body. And we can extend right arm out and away into a T on the right side of the body. If and when you'd like, you can bring right ear down toward the earth, including the neck in this twist. Easy, gentle twist. If you'd like to self-adjust and deepen your posture, begin to press upper right hip down toward left bottom corner of the mat. That'll turn on the muscles of your abdominal center, creating more of a twist in the spine. Wherever you are, take 2 full breaths more in relaxation and simply lend the weight of your bones to the earth. Next inhale, gently and slowly rock back onto the back. Right knee hugs into the chest once more. We'll bring right lower leg to point up toward the sky. Sole of right foot parallel to the sky. Right knee bent on the outside of the right rib cage. You can hold right hand behind right knee on the outside of the lower leg, or reach right fingertips all the way up to the outside edge of right foot. We're coming into Ardha Ananda Balasana, reclining half happy baby. Again, bring the breath low into the lungs, so much so that when the diaphragm contracts, it presses down on the abdominal organs and you feel the belly expand. Soften in the muscles behind the eyes and the muscles of the face, creating a smile behind the eyes. Allow this movement to be easy. And if you would like to enhance or deepen your own practice through self-muscular adjustment, begin to press right foot up and out into right hand, or right leg up and out into right hand, and resist back with the right arm from the shoulder. Create a bandha or a lock between right leg or foot and right hand. These two opposing forces joining or uniting. This is yoga. Take one or two more breaths in this pose. Be gentle. And then gently, slowly, bring right heel toward upper left thigh. Right heel toward upper left thigh. Take left hand and grasp the top of right foot. Slowly, as you're ready, begin to bow right knee down and away. And we'll move toward a reclining half-bound lotus. Supta Ardha Padmasana. Begin to squeeze the right buttocks and under the right kneecap as you point the knee down and away. And feel the release at the front of the right thigh. Allow this movement to be connected all the way up into the abdomen. Eyes still closed. Body fully relaxed. Still squeezing the outside of right buttocks and hip. And pointing knee down and away. One more full breath here. And then as you're ready, inhale. Right knee comes back to right shoulder. We interlace the hands again on right lower leg. Squeeze right knee in toward right shoulder one more time. Stimulating the ascending colon, large intestine on the right side of the body, stimulating digestion. Exhale here, and then gently let go of the hands as right toes come up toward the sky, and we straighten right leg upward. The legs now making an L shape. Begin to become aware of your abdominal region. Start to tuck in the lower ribs and press the lower back into the spine. Perhaps you pull the navel inward and upward, and this movement starts from the pelvic floor. With intention, through the foot, whether that's pointing in the toes, flexing to the heel, or a mix of both, flointing through the ball mound of the foot pointed, toes flexed, we activate the right front of the thigh. One more breath here, and then we connect a line from the navel center all the way to the toes. As you begin from navel center to slowly and gently lower right leg to the earth. Practice your precision, your grace, your ease. Imagine I'm there pulling your ankle away from you. You're having help here. You're always assisted in life. About halfway now, continue to breathe as this movement comes from navel center. And as you lower down toward the earth, hover for a moment above the ground before you arrive. And then gently and slowly with the eyes closed, release into Shavasana, this resting posture. And immediately sense the difference from one side of the body to the other. The prana, vital life force energy, flowing right versus left. And in the spirit of balance, all things yoga, as you're ready, gently and slowly hug left knee into chest. And we'll begin through that strength of the biceps, the upper arms, shoulders relax, and we begin to pin left knee to left shoulder. Bring your focus, your attention to the belly, and with the inhale, the diaphragm engages, pressing down on the abdominal contents, and they press out into the leg. So feel the expansion of the belly into left inner thigh with each breath. Right leg relaxed. No needless tension in the right ankle. One more breath here. And then as you're ready, reach right fingertips around the outside of left knee. We'll bring left knee down to the earth on the right side of the body, moving into that twist. Left foot steps down to the floor on the right outside of right leg. And we extend left arm out to the left side in a T. Back of the hand grazing the earth. If you'd like, you can include left ear falling down toward the mat as the cervical spine joins the movement. Ease into this twist. And if you'd like to be self-empowered to deepen, simply press left hip up toward the sky and then down and away diagonally, activating the abdominal muscles, noticing that you have power to deepen your twist at all times through this activation. If you activate, hold there for a few breaths, and then gently and slowly melt and surrender completely into the earth. Our last two breaths here, surrendering even more fully with each. And on your inhale, gently, slowly rock back onto the spine. Eyes still remain closed. Bringing lower left leg pointing up toward the sky with the knee still bent. Left knee will fall onto the outside of the left ribs. Sole of left foot parallel to the sky. The hand can grasp behind the thigh at the knee, outside of lower left leg, or left fingertips reaching up to the left outside edge of the foot. Your choice. Half happy baby position. You can maintain the relaxation, or if you would like to self-activate, begin to press left foot into the hand, up and out to the side, and resist back from left shoulder. Feel how the movement of the leg can come from the hip, and that pulling back on the hand comes from the shoulder. Using muscles closer to the center core of the body is how we make our movements in Yogasana with maximum efficiency. So in this gentle asana practice, we'll reawaken these core muscles so we can employ them to always be gentle, even in more rigorous practice. One more breath here. Allow the diaphragm to contract so much that the belly expands nice and high. And then gently, slowly bend left knee. Bring left heel toward top of right thigh. Right hand reaches around the top of left foot. And we gently bow left knee down and away. Beginning to activate the buttocks muscles on the outside of left hip, squeezing at the kneecap and noticing the knee gently falling down toward the earth. Can you check back in with your breath and the space and relaxation in the jaw? The sensation in either of the palms of the hands. And that calm focus between the eyebrows at the third eye. Again, soften in the face, remembering not to take life too seriously. None of us will get out of here alive. And then on your next inhale, bringing left knee back into chest, interlacing fingers around lower left leg, perhaps closer to the ankle now. And employ the strength of the arms, upper arm muscles, bringing left knee pinned in toward left shoulder. Shoulders relaxed. As we breathe, the belly expands on the inner left thigh, and the left thigh pressing down on the descending colon. Wonderful pose to stimulate a bowel movement. After your next breath, inhale and extend left leg up toward the sky. Activation, foot pointed, flexed, or flointed in between. Left thigh nice and engaged. And pay specific attention to that abdominal center, making sure that it's firm. Lower back pressing down into the earth. Lower ribs cementing downward. From navel center, hook out to toe. And gently begin to lower left leg toward the earth, continuing to breathe. Imagining me at your ankle, pulling your foot out and away. About halfway, muscles of the pelvic floor and navel center lift upward. And we extend out through the toe. Hover for a moment above the earth. And then whenever you arrive, gently and slowly rest in Shavasana. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Relax the jaw as you exhale through the mouth. And then begin to stretch out through the jaw. Make a really wide face. Open your mouth as wide as you can. You can stick out your tongue or make funny sounds if you'd like. And then slowly relax and feel the effect of that movement, of all of the teeny different muscles in our face, which we almost never move. As you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up over the top of the head. Point the toes down and away. Find length once again between hips and ribs. Inhale here, and then exhale, roll onto your right side. Curl up and rest. Surrender completely upon the right side. Eyes still closed. As you're ready, begin to extend your legs and tuck the right elbow under the body. We'll come into a variation of side plank. You can slowly, gently open your eyes. Notice how you feel. And with right elbow stacked directly under right shoulder, right forearm to the earth, and the palm of right hand flat upon the earth, gentle bend in the knees. Begin to lift and lower right ribs toward the earth and far away. Working with the shoulder girdle here and learning how to employ those deep core muscles. Activating here the inner and outer obliques. Ribs lift up away from the earth and lower down toward the earth. One more round, and then gently rest in the center. Left fingertips can touch the earth in front of your body. And we'll begin to lift left leg. Gently lift, and on your exhale, lower. Really press both arms and fingertips into the earth so there's lots of space between shoulders and ears. And whether your legs are straight or bent, doesn't matter as much as the softness that exists in the body. Top left leg, lifting on the inhale. You can hover it and then gently lower it, making sure that the pelvis is straight up and down. And as we do this movement, see if you can explore into the muscles at the pelvic floor. See if you can have an upward pulling motion through those muscles of the pelvic floor. Again, we're simply laying down nervous system tissue from the brain to the muscle, awakening these parts of the body. We'll do one more. Building the abductors of the leg, necessary to empower that strength of the core. Gently and slowly roll onto the belly facing the back of your mat. Both forearms on the earth, elbows under shoulders. This is Sphinx posture. Gently press your elbows into the earth, forearms into the earth, and lift through the heart, slight back bend. And then do the opposite. Shrug the shoulders up toward the ears, allow the heart to melt and the head to bow down to the earth. More of a yin variation, releasing the fascia all the way up and down the muscles of the back. Check back in that the jaw is relaxed. And then as you're ready, gently roll onto your left side. We'll do the same exercise on left side. Left elbow directly under shoulder, forearm out and away. It's more comfortable to have the forearm at a diagonal or any other rotation, that's fine. Knees gently bent. When you're ready, begin to lift and lower the ribs toward the earth, and then up and away, and see how delicate and gentle you can be with this motion. If you'd like to close your eyes to fully embody the movement, See how seamlessly you can ease in and out from one extreme to the other. This seamless movement on our yoga mat will extend into seamlessness in our life. And notice those places where it simply feels jerky, where you don't have the movement refined, and practice there. One more round, and then we'll meet neutral in the center. Pressing left forearm into the earth, shoulder presses down and away from the ear. Pressing right fingertips in front of the body into the earth, and using that stability, we'll gently lift from the core and from the pelvic floor. Right leg lifts and lowers. Jaws relaxed, no needless tension in the body. Bringing this seamless motion here as well. There's no need to go to your full range of motion. Simply full seamlessness as we ease in and out. Working with the abductors of the leg, the outer thigh muscles. These are stabilizers for many of our standing and balancing postures. Remember that action of sucking up through the pelvic floor. What would that feel like here as you lift? How does it change your movement? Practice one more. And then bring left elbow to the left side of the mat and roll onto your back. Resting on the forearms behind you now. Gazing down to your toes. Bend your knees and step the feet flat to the earth. We'll do the same action with the hips that we've been doing the whole time, pressing forearms into the earth, making sure that they're not too far back or too close in, but stabilizing directly under the shoulder joints. Make sure that it's comfortable and no one's shoulder is out of alignment, and then squeeze at the armpits. Squeeze the elbows and the shoulders inward or outward isometrically as we gently lift the pelvis and release. The head can stay neutral, no need to put the neck back. Head stays neutral, and just lift and release. The eyes can close, and notice where this action comes from. Everyone's body will be different, whether it's coming from the center, whether it's coming from your upper back, where you feel it, where you have tension. When you do this slow, seamless movement, it resets the muscle chains in the body, moving slowly in and out, allowing this to be a meditation. Training our neurophysiology with how consciously we are aware of every part of the body. One more. And then engaging through the abdominal center, your hands press to where your elbows were, and we'll take a gentle stretch through the wrists. Fingertips pointing forward, wrists behind the body. Press the heel of the hand down, shoulders roll back, and heart lifts. Gaze up toward the sky. Feel the breath now into the upper chest. Lots of space created here. Jaw relaxes as we really expand wide through the ribs on each inhale. Gently lift the heel of the hands off the earth. Stretch into the back side of the fingers. If we're dehydrated, we'll feel this even more. And then gently and slowly come up to sit. The hands can wrap around the legs, and we'll lean back, creating a curve in the back, bowing the head forward and down toward the pelvis. Ankles relax. Back of neck relaxes. Together we take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Fingers interlaced in front of right knees. Imagine you could fall asleep here. Only the teeny little muscles in the fingers working to keep this position. Everything else can relax. Experience that sensation. On your inhale, gently come up once again. Parallel, body perpendicular to the earth. We'll rock on our bum to that space between the sitting bone and the tailbone sacrum complex. There's a flat space there where we'll balance to gently lift the legs and find Navasana, boat posture. You can hold under the knees if this feels too stimulating. This is your own practice. There's no right way or wrong way. It's how it feels. But gently begin to tuck in the lower ribs. And as you do that, you'll notice this upward lift through the heart and this downward press through the shoulders. Can you find calmness here? Checking back in with the jaw. Maybe even you want to close your eyes and focus once again on the third eye. Holding the legs or not. Coming back and forth between holding the legs and releasing. Noticing this calmness that pervades, that stays there in spite of all the fluctuations of the mind. We'll take 2 more breaths. Imagine that there are 20. Be that patient through them. And on your third inhale, cross your ankles and gently lift over. Fingertips come forward and we'll roll over the knees to find our way to tabletop. In tabletop, if you'd like, you can take a few cat and cows, inhaling tail and nose toward the sky, exhaling, tucking the tail and the chin. And then as you're ready, begin to drag right knee forward between the thumbs. Right knee comes forward between the thumbs and we'll lift up into swan. So swan is different than pigeon. In this pose, we have the right heel at the left hip crease. Whole front of right leg is still flat on the earth. As you find this swan position, we'll first lift up into it. So in the swan, begin to activate by pulling your knees toward one another. Lots of space underneath the pelvis. And inhale, lift your arms up toward the sky. Gaze at one focal point. Fix your eyes there on this non-moving point. And begin to engage left buttocks. And continue to pull the knees toward one another. Lift up through the pelvis. And feel that sucking up action through the pelvic floor. Smile behind the eyes, relax in the face. One more breath here. And then gently and slowly ease downward. We'll crawl our hands forward. If you'd like to use a prop or bring the forearms to the earth, we can take that same yin variation, melting the heart, shoulders shrug up toward the ears, and the head relaxes. Keeping the hips squared toward the earth, making sure that the front of lower right leg is flat on the earth, slight angle at the knee. We're working into the fascia, the outside of the right hip, deep inside around small muscles. One more inhale. Exhale through the mouth. And gently release everything. following inhale, the hands press into the earth. We begin to lift the body. Palms of the hands spread out, fingers nice and wide. And we tuck left back toes under. Lift up through the hips. Shift the hips forward slightly to engage the abdominal muscles. Tuck in the lower ribs. And shoulders over wrists, we press right foot up and back behind us into a three-legged dog. One breath here. And then as you're ready, allow the right foot to lower down toward the left. And step out into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. Wag your hips side to side. Bend the elbows slightly. Roll them in toward the center. And then straighten, but don't lock. Strengthen the upper arms as they hug in toward one another. Try to begin to strengthen in that core, tucking in the lower ribs and strengthening in the front of the thighs. See how this changes your posture. And then as you're ready, slowly begin to drag left knee forward between your hands. Coming into swan now, on the opposite side, it will feel different from one side to the other. Begin to hug the knees toward one another and find lots of space underneath the pelvis. Lift up through the pelvis. Choose one focal point, your drishti. Keep your eyes there. Stabilize, engage through right buttocks. And inhale, lift the arms up over the top of the head. Allow this to be graceful and seamless. Tuck in the lower ribs and remember that sucking up action through the base of the abdomen. One more breath, and then gently, slowly exhale and come down to the earth. The forearms can come down if that's comfortable. You can use a prop, blocks or bolsters. Allow the head to bow and the shoulders to shrug. Nice deep inhale through the nose, exhale. Slowly relax everything. Imagine you could fall asleep in this pose. One more breath, fully losing yourself in timeless space. And then on your following inhale, begin to press the hands into the earth. Gently, slowly straighten the arms as you lift up through the body. Right toes tuck under. The hips shift forward slightly. And tucking in the lower ribs is what will lift the body, shoulders over wrists, and then kicking left leg back and up into three-legged dog. Begin to activate through the hands, nice and strong. Activate through the front of left thigh, right thigh, and the abdominal center. One more breath, beautiful inversion for the body, calm breath. Grounding the nervous system. And then gently, slowly exhale, lower left leg down alongside the right. As you're ready, walk your hands seamlessly, gracefully back toward the feet. See if you can keep one hand lifted and feel that lift coming from the pelvic floor, sucking in and up, and the core center. And then when you arrive in the forward fold, exhale and bend your knees so much that the belly rests on the thighs. As much bend in the knees as it takes. Here we'll take a nice deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Allow the head to hang. And if you'd like, you can interlace the hands behind the back and extend the wrists up toward the sky, squeezing from the shoulder blades. One more nice deep inhale. Exhale. Jaw relaxes. Gently, slowly bend the elbows if the hands are behind the back. Fingertips come back to the earth. And we'll step our feet a little bit wider as we sit down, sitting bones toward the earth into yogic squat. Inhale, long and strong, expansively on this transition as the blood flows back from the head into the body. And we find Malasana, yogic squat posture. Begin to press the knees back behind you, activating those same muscles in the outer bum that we've been working with all class. Bring the hands toward heart center, elbows at the inside of the knee crease. Allow the eyes to close for one moment. This is a wonderful grounding, regulating, strengthening, immune system toning posture. It's the posture that we're meant to give birth in and poop in. It's a posture that we've simply forgotten about today, and yet it is so important for balance in our daily life. So spend our last moment here in class, nourishing, balancing, retoning. And then as you're ready, allow the fingertips to come behind you. The bum sits down onto the earth. And we'll prepare for a simple restorative shavasana for the last few moments of our class, placing the block at the head of the mat and the bolster extending down and away from it. Moving slowly with calmness, not in a hurry for anything. We'll bring the back of the hips to touch the bottom part of the bolster. The feet step out and away toward the corners of the mat. And gently knock down, resting on the bolster, feeling the shoulders fall into the space just before the block, and the head supported by the block. Back of the wrists upon the earth. We bring our focus to the palms of the hands and all sensation there. The jaw relaxes. We relax all the way from the toes, the soles of the feet, the ankles, all the way up, the shins, the calves. All the way up through the knees and the thighs. That inner groin area releases, relaxes. The front and the back of the abdomen. The chest expands with each breath. Armpits relax, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms relax. Back of the wrists relax. Palms of the hands to the tips of the fingers relax. Back of the hands. Weight into the earth. Up the upper back, the spine relaxes down into the bolster. The weight of the head onto the bolster and the block. The eyes sinking into the earth, the cheeks, the chin, the lips, the nostrils and the forehead, the scalp, all relax. Eyes turn inward and upward to focus on that point. between the third eyes, and we drift off into pratyahara, external sense withdrawal. Expanding more fully into the breath. Begin to wiggle fingers, toes. And as you're ready, you can take a stretch up overhead. Inhale and exhale, rolling on to right side. Eyes remain closed. Notice this calm, peaceful, seamless, and gentle space inside of you. This is a space that you can always return to and dwell here, anywhere and at any time. Keep your head nice and heavy as you use the push of your arms and the reach of left leg to gently come up to sit on the edge of your bolster. The eyes remain closed. We meet up cross-legged where we began our practice this morning. time, allow the palms to face upward, back, the hands to rest upon the legs. And feel the difference in how it is to sit. The difference in the arrangement of muscles all around the hips, upper thighs, and abdominal center. The point of Yogasana is to create space in the body so we can more comfortably sit for longer in seated meditation. This is where the true yoga begins. And yet, this is where our asana class ends. So please take this practice with you. Eyeballs turn in and up to the third eye. This conscious awareness of the breath and of the relaxation through different parts of the body. As we rewire our neurophysiology to become more awake from the inside at a cellular level, we become more able to live our fullest potential in the world. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om. Exhale fully. Inhale completely. Draw the hands to the heart center. And from this infinite space I experience to the infinite space that is yours, we realize this infinite space is the same, and we become one.